Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, it is a matter of serious concern. As of today, 9 years into the issue of insurgents and 5 years into the government of our able patriotic leader, President Muhammadu Buhari, until today we are having these issues recurring every now and then. And it is a shame. It is a shame to our security chiefs with no apology. It is a shame to General Buratai and to the Chief of Air Staff. They are from the Northeast. And also it is a shame to the National Security Advisor. If they are people of honor, they have failed in their professional duties, they have failed in their moral and ethical stance. They came from that region. They are Nigerians, well-trained, given all opportunities. They are the most luckiest service chiefs that we have in this country. They have been given everything they requested from the president and by this parliament. There had never been a time when the request of funds for security and armed forces came here and we did not support it as it was presented to us. If I'm one of them, by today, I will honorably resign my appointment and apologize to the nation, and equally apologize to the entire people who know me as a friend or as a family member. The essence of being anywhere is for you to make a difference and to make impact, not only to wear your uniform and occupy the office only for the comfort of that office. In this very hallowed chamber, Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, we have discussed several times issues of security. We invited them here about 3 times. They told us all their narrations, and they told us they are on top of the situation. As it is today, they are not on top of any situation, because Boko Haram can still come out to go and unleash attack.
Order please.
Attack on communities for over 8 hours. According to the story I read in newspapers, at the time they attacked Garkida, the battalion there had been withdrawn. By who? We don't know. The house of the chairman of the Northeast Development Commission, General Talfa, who has been an accomplished general in the military, was attacked. By every standard, by his position in his community, as an older octogenarian person and a reasonable person, that shouldn't have happened. A battalion to be withdrawn at the time attack by bandits was happening should be investigated. Not to be investigated only for the purpose of investigation. This time around, consequences must be applied. I share the pains of all the people in Northeast. I share the pains of all the people in Northwest. I share the pains of all the people in Nigeria. As of today, Nigeria is not secured. Last week I was in Uyo. When we went for a retreat, I went out in the golf resort. I was feeling very comfortable, but I asked myself, wouldn't I be kidnapped or attacked here? And I quickly ran back to my room. I remained indoors till morning. Today, Mr. Speaker, there's nowhere you can go without having your chest beating faster and higher than expected. This should not be allowed to continue. We shall not just sit down here and assume everything is all right. It is not. And I still repeat, it is a shame on the service chiefs. We should not be afraid of anything. Most of the time when issues of security are brought here, people are afraid. We should not say anything against them so that they will not strike against us. They cannot strike against us because they have failed in their professional and ethical conducts. They should resign and give room to the vibrant youth and other professionally tested good soldiers. We have many qualified military officers that can occupy that position. I know many that I can mention. They are of higher ethical conduct. They have higher professional training. They have achieved everything in the military, and they are there. Other people, only for certain interests, have been holding on those positions for reasons not known by us. As parliament, we should know everything about Nigeria. Nobody should hold any information about Nigeria from us. We should know everything. We are the people representatives. We have the powers granted to us by the Constitution. And we should not have any fear, and we shouldn't be afraid of anybody. If any one of us here is coward enough to feel that a general should not be spoken against, I have spoken against these generals. These four generals, the service chiefs, and the security advisor should go, and they should go immediately. Honorable colleagues, let us not think as a matter of that we are feeling we are comfortable here. They can't do anything. They have failed this nation. Everything they needed, support, moral, financial, have been given to them. Their ideas have exhausted. They don't have any idea anymore. They should go, please, and immediately. Mr. Colleagues, please support this motion and let them go. Thank you.
Chibok, Damboa, Goza Federal Constituency is where I represent. Mr. Speaker, I say it and I will repeat it. It's so pathetic and it's the most painful thing for you to live in your comfort zone while your constituents are dying like animals. Just 3 days preceding the attack in Garkida, a ward in my constituency known as Paranglim was attacked. I have been communicating with my constituents since 6 p.m. in the evening that these guys were sighted somewhere and they have the intention of attacking any community in my constituency. Unfortunately, as the usual practice, I raised an issue of supercam on the floor of this house, that soldiers created supercam deliberately to shield themselves against Boko Haram insurgents and other related attacks, thereby exposing innocent citizens to various forms of attack in the country. I said it, they remain in the same location, round themselves with a ditch or a trench, waiting for Boko Haram to come so that they can repel them. For how long shall we be repelling attack in this country? Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, if care is not taken, some of us can even resign on this hollow chamber, because I will not be comfortable while I represent my people. They voted for me under duress, I can say. Duress in the sense that Boko Haram will be sending messages that they will attack polling station. But these people took the horns by it, took the bull by its horns and voted for us to be here. So I see no reason why I should be comfortable here while my constituents are dying, my constituents are being wasted away by insurgents that are more or less avoidable. The crisis, the attack in Kwarangil was equally avoidable in the sense that they were sighted, nobody did anything about it. These guys came in. All the villagers, after hearing the information on reasonable time, decided to leave the village. And they left the village empty. As the insurgents came into the village, they realized that nobody is in the village. So they lay an ambush against the Nigerian military. Nigerian military, on hearing the information that so-so community is going to be attacked, so they went to the community to wait for their arrival without knowing that they have already laid ambush waiting for them. Before you realize what is happening, they kill one soldier and they go away with 4 gun trucks belonging to Nigerian Army. 2 gun trucks belonging to Nigerian Army and 2 Hilux cars belonging to Vigilante and civilian JTF. And for your information, these insurgents came in with 11 brand new gun trucks. Where are they getting this thing? I told you, only God knows where they are getting this thing. This attack in Garkida, Honorable Buba is so humble, so matured enough to take the motion that way. But as far as I'm concerned, I was in Uyo, attending a retreat for pensions, insurance and actuarial matters. I received a message from my constituents that these guys were sighted exactly 1:30 p.m. in the day hours, and they were equally sighted in Forfor village in Dambua local government area, which is part of my constituency also. Only God knows where they can attack. I called the relevant security outfit there. They said they have already taken position. They are waiting for them to come so that they can repel them. If you can keep on waiting for these guys to come before you repel them, what they normally do is they will be sighted somewhere and they know villagers can see them. Then soldiers they know cannot go and confront them. So they will identify a soft target where there are a few military officers, where there are a few security and other agents of coercion, so that they can go and invade that particular community. Garkida is less than 50 kilometers away from my constituency, and Garkida is neighboring a community in Borno State. They decided to go to Garkida. Maybe their intention was not to go to Garkida, but simply because Garkida is open, is so porous, so they are free to go and attack Garkida. The same thing tomorrow. I said and I will repeat it. Today's survivors might be tomorrow's victim. Today's victim might be tomorrow's survivor. So only God knows where these guys are heading to now. Garkida is a prominent community in our constituency, close to our constituency. They attacked Garkida, they burnt a church, an Iwan church that I know has been established there for more than 40 years. Unfortunately, they burnt that particular church. They burnt General's house. General that is known to everybody in this country, they reduced his house to ashes. They burnt market, schools, and other important structures in that community. Honorable members, we beg you, we should do something about this. The services are out of idea. We thank them, they have done their best. When they came in, they came with strength, they came with vigor, they came with commitment to end this thing. But now they are full of complacency and they are out of idea completely. We know this and we are aware they are out of idea. So, Mr. Speaker, it's better we do something to save Nigerians or not. Next time, if care is not taken, a lot of honorable members on this floor of the House can tender their resignation, because as far as I'm concerned, I'm not comfortable. My people are dying and I'm here enjoying. There's no way I can take that. Thank you so much.
Dr.